Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. So this is 162 game regular season with the actors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe filling out a baseball team on MLB The Show. So we are approaching the All-Star break. As you can see, the Avengers have been placed in the National League West. They've taken the place of the San Diego Padres. The Avengers are 62 and 29. They're in first place. The Dodgers, second place Dodgers, are 4 games back. We go to the calendar, and we're about to start a 4-game series at home against those same Los Angeles Dodgers. So 4 games back, 3 games set as we approach the All-Star game. As you can see, there's 6 games, 1, 2, 3, against the Dodgers, and then away at the San Francisco Giants before the Home Run Derby, and then the All-Star game. So we're almost there. Let's start this up. Dodgers versus Avengers play game. All preceding games will be simulated. Do you want to continue? Okay. Play full game. We are the home team at Crosley Field, which is the designated home ballpark for the Avengers. Clear skies. Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow, is the starting pitcher. Everybody looks good. The only thing I want to do is switch position, put Chris Evans at DH and Mark Ruffalo behind home plate because Evans has a little less energy than Ruffalo does. But other than that, we will leave the team exactly the way it is. This is game number 92 of a 162 game season. It's 162 plus because hopefully it'll make the World Series, playoffs and World Series. I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. I let the computer run the bases for me, and the difficulty is set to All-Star, which is somewhere in the middle. You've got Rookie, Veteran, then All-Star, and then after that you have 2 settings above it, I think Hall of Fame and Legendary. Live, we have Major League Baseball here at Crosley Field as the Los Angeles Dodgers visit the Hollywood Avengers. First game of a 3-game set between division rivals starting now. On the mound for the Avengers, Black Widow, making her 10th start of the season. Her record is 3-2 with a 3.79 earned run average. Started the season in the bullpen. Now she is a regular fixture in the rotation. Leading off for the second place Los Angeles Dodgers is Joe Torre, 326 average. Here comes the first pitch of the ball game from Scarlett. Outside corner, strike 1. Avengers are 62 and 29 and in first place. That is Chadwick Boseman at third base and Don Cheadle in center field.
First pitch, 7-11.
First pitch, 7-11. It's a line drive to left. There is the Winter Soldier. Sebastian Stan makes the catch, 1 away. Starting lineup for the Dodgers: Joe Torre's at third, Xander Bogaerts is at short, Stan Musial's in left. The first baseman is David Ortiz. Robinson Cano's at second, Steve Finley's in center, Aaron Judge is in right, the DH is Willie Calhoun. Batting ninth and playing catcher is Tucker Barnhart. Bogaerts, 365, 26 homers, 75 RBIs, 1 out, bases empty, no score, top of the first. Fastball outside corner, strike 1. Xander Bogaerts is a current major leaguer who plays for the Boston Red Sox in real life. He yanks the slider, foul down the left field line. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Bogaerts. Swing and a miss, 2-seam fastball, struck him out swinging, 2 away. First strike out of the game for Black Widow. Here's the replay. Scarlett doesn't throw overly hard. She only tops out at about 90. Stan Musial, 354, 28 homers, 76 RBIs. She tops out at about 90 miles an hour, but she has 4 different pitches, all that move.
Nope.
Fastball low, ball 1.
Count 1-0.
And she's a workhorse. 100 pitches plus every start. Pops it up into that no man's land in right center field. Over the shoulder catch, cut the check. Anthony Mackie retires to the side. 1-2-3 inning for Scarlett. After half inning of play, it's the Los Angeles Dodgers nothing. The Hollywood Avengers coming to bat. On the mound for the Dodgers is Roy Oswalt, 9-6 with a 4.22 earned run average. Roy Oswalt is not a Hall of Fame pitcher, but in the 1990s and 2000s, he was a all-star pitcher. I think he was also a Cy Young Award winner. Leading off for the Avengers, Anthony Mackie, 325, 12 homers, 52 runs batted in. Switch hitter batting from the left side. Here comes the first pitch from Oswalt. And he flies it to deep right center field. Warning track. Center fielder makes the catch. Steve Finley for out number 1. Starting lineup for the Avengers, Anthony Mackie's at short, Tom Holland at second, the DH is Chris Evans. Behind the plate is Mark Ruffalo. Robert Downey Jr. is at first, Chadwick Boseman's at third, Dave Bautista's in right, Sebastian Stan is in left, and batting ninth and playing center field is Don Cheadle. Those are your Avengers. 372, 12 homers, 60 RBIs. Tom Holland steps up to the plate. Skies it to right field, but playable in the right field corner by Aaron Judge. 2 swings, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. The original Captain America, Chris Evans, sitting 305, 11 homers, 44 RBIs. He also has 12 stolen bases on the season. In this versatile lineup is also a switch hitter. And that's a deep drive to center, and it may be a 3-pitch inning. No, it's going to be off the top of the wall. It'll be a stand-up 2-out double. He can do this all day. There'll be a runner in scoring position for the Avengers with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Middle of that green wall. So next up is Mark Ruffalo, the Incredible Hulk, hitting 333, 21 homers, 77 runs batted, and he leads the ball club in both homers and RBIs. He has a runner in scoring position with 2 out. Here comes a pitch from Oswalt. Way out in front of the slider, swing and a miss, strike 1. Roy Oswalt played for the Houston Astros in real life. It's a hard ground ball to the second baseman. This should retire the side. Cano throws to first, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on at the end of 1 inning of play. No score here at Crosley Field. Big Papi leads off for the Los Angeles Dodgers. He's hitting 266 on the season. Big Papi, borderline Hall of Famer, played for the Red Sox in the early 2000s. Fastball inside corner, strike 1. Outside corner, 2 quick strikes on David Ortiz. David was a little thicker around the midsection in real life. Face is on the money. That's a deep drive. That, no one's going to get that one. That ball is gone. It's a solo home run for Big Papi. His 19th homer of the season, and the Los Angeles Dodgers take an early 1-0 lead. Ugh. Makes me want to vomit. So, up next, Robinson Cano, 275, 18 homers, 47 runs batted in. Here comes the pitch from Scarlett. Inside corner with the fastball, strike 1. Robbie Cano, I think, currently plays for the New York Mets, but when you think of him, you probably think of him as playing for the Yankees. That ball hit deep to right. On the warning track is Dave Bautista, makes the catch for the first out. He made a bid. Other ballparks, it might have been gone. Defensive lineman for the Avengers in the outfield from left to right. You have Sebastian Stan, Don Cheadle, and Dave Bautista. And in the infield, Chadwick Boseman, Anthony Mackie, Tom Holland, Robert Downey Jr., with Mark Ruffalo behind home plate. Avengers lead the National League in fielding percentage. Up next, the center fielder Steve Finley, 288, 17 homers, 55 runs batted in. Here comes the pitch from Johansson. He pulls it foul for strike 1. Oh, it's my intention to play every inning of every game of this 162-game regular season. No skipped innings, no simulated games. This is game number 92. And that ball is past the diving shortstop and into left field. It is a 1-out single for Steve Finley. Here's the replay. Shift was on. 3 infielders were on the right side. Only Chadwick Boseman on the left side. Next up, Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge, 244, 16 homers, 41 runs batted in. Runner at first, 1 out, top of the second, 1-0 lead for the Dodgers. And that's a deep drive to left center, but chasing it down is the Winter Soldier. There are 2 away. Next up, DH Willie Calhoun, 276, 13 homers, 43 RBIs. Runner at first, 2 down here in the second. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 1. In case you're curious, I like to show this once a game. Options, gameplay. The hitting difficulty is set to All-Star, and the pitching difficulty is set to All-Star. Like, for accountability's sake, I like to show that once a game. Chases a 2-seam fastball out of the strike zone. Count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Calhoun. Runner leads off first. Jams him. Diving attempt by the catcher, jumping out of his crouch, but could not make the play. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. And he pops up the knuckleball. Scarlett says, everybody get out of the way, I got this. And she retires the side. So they get a run on the home run from Big Papi after an inning and a half of baseball here at Crosley Field. It's the Dodgers leading 1-0. This is Avengers baseball. So we go to the bottom of the second. Up steps the first baseman, Robert Downey Jr., the man who started it all back in 2008 with the first Iron Man film. Checks his swing, fastball is low, ball 1. The Dodgers are in second place, 58-33. They're 4 games behind the Avengers in the National League West. 3 games to play, so they have a chance to make a dent. Swings at the high, inside pitch, fouls it back, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Tony Stark. Fastball low, 2 balls, 1 strike. Roy Oswalt played for the Astros. He was a perennial All-Star. Outside, hitters count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Chadwick Boseman is on deck. He's hitting .351 on the season. Here comes the 3-1 pitch to Downey Jr. And he yanks it foul. Full count, 3-2. Ground ball past the first baseman Ortiz and into right field. It is a leadoff single for Tony Stark. He is Iron Man. Here's the replay. Just on the ground. Ground ball with eyes between first and second. Next up, the late, great Chadwick Boseman. Played Black Panther in the MCU. He's hitting .351, 13 homers, 48 RBIs, carrying a 9-game hitting streak into the contest. I say late and great because we lost Chadwick to colon cancer last year, unfortunately. May he rest in peace. Slider inside, ball 1. Runner at first. Nobody out. Bottom of the second. 1-0 lead for the Dodgers. And that's a ground ball base hit through the left side. 2 runners on. Nobody out. And they've got something going. They are threatening here in the second. 10-game hitting streak. Next up is Drax, the Destroyer, Dave Bautista, .319 batting average. He's the right fielder. Breaking ball inside, ball 1. Dave plays Drax, the Destroyer from the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. And he pops it up behind home plate, out of play, strike 1. 7 for his last 17, that's a .412 clip, so he's been hot lately. Runner in scoring position at second. Inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Dave is a former WWE professional wrestler. Jams him, pops it up, out of play. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Low, full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. On deck is the Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan. 1 more ball, and the bases are loaded. Will the runners be in motion with a 3-2 count? I don't think so, not with nobody out. Did he check his swing? Yes, he did. Bases loaded. Bases loaded, nobody out here in the bottom of the second for the Winter Soldier. Let's see if replay if he broke his wrists. No, he did not. It was close, but he didn't. So, Sebastian steps to the plate, hitting .295 on the season. Limited play in the first half. He's trying to work his way back into the starting lineup, playing left field today. Change up low, ball one. 6-game hitting streak, modest hitting streak for Sebastian. And that's a line drive, and it is caught. Tagging at third, actually from second to third and third to home. It is a sacrifice fly and an RBI for the Winter Soldier, and this ball game is tied at 1. So we're going to have runners at first and third with 1 away. Here's the replay. Just took the low pitch and served it the other way. Really no chance for Judge. So up next is Don Cheadle, 311, 9 homers, 48 RBIs. Don Cheadle has a runner at third and less than 2 outs, so he has a chance to score that run without the benefit of a base hit. And I think he will. It's a deep drive. Will it be caught? Yes, it will. Tagging at third and scoring is the base runner. It's another sacrifice fly. Hey, man, going to sleep and listening to the game. Well, thank you, sir. I genuinely appreciate your presence here. I hope you have a good sleep. I hope I lull you to sleep. So it's 2-1 MCU here in the bottom of the second. They just plated 2 runs here in the bottom of the second with two consecutive sacrifice flies. The lineup turns over for the Avengers, and up steps the new Captain America, Anthony Mackie, who's 0 for 1. Fastball, sinking fastball inside and low. Count as 1 ball and no strikes. Quick throw to first. Drax is back. So it's 2-1 MCU in this first game of a 3-game series between these two ball clubs. Division rivals. First place and second place team in the National League West. And he two-hopper to the shortstop. Cano underhands it over to second for the force, and the side is retired. But of course, they score 2 times and take the lead. At the end of 2 innings of play here at Crosley Field, it's the Avengers 2 and the Dodgers 1. This is Avengers Baseball. So leading off the top of the third is Tucker Barnhart, 265, 3 homers, 25 RBIs. He's playing catcher today. Scarlett Johansson sets and delivers. Fastball low, ball 1. Tucker Barnhart won a Gold Glove Award in 2017. Pops the high slider up behind home plate. The count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. So in the National League West, the Avengers have a 4-game lead on the Dodgers. Slider inside corner, count is 1 and 2 on Barnhart. So 4 games back, 3-game set beginning today. If they were to sweep the series, they could be 1 game back. Obviously their goal is to win the series. Breaking ball in there, strike 3 called. 1 away. Second strikeout of the game for Black Widow. National League West standings, as you can see, they're on the screen. The Hollywood Avengers in first place. Los Angeles Dodgers 4 games back. So this is a big 3-game set as we approach the All-Star break. Lineup turns over for the Dodgers. Joe Torre, the third baseman, lined out in the first. This is his 2nd plate appearance. Here comes the pitch. Fastball in there, strike 1. Swings at the 2-seam fastball in foul territory near the wall, and it's out of play. The count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Torre. Torre's remembered for being the manager of the New York Yankees in the 1990s. And that's a ground ball foul up the first base line. It will remain no balls and 2 strikes. We'll line him up again. Yeah, I mean, he was a great catcher and a great third baseman and a great hitter. Maybe not a Hall of Fame hitter, but close. 2-seam fastball low, count is 1 and 2. But of course, he's remembered for being a Hall of Fame manager. Won 4 championships for the New York Yankees, 96, 98, 99, and the year 2000. Subway Series against the Mets. And he hits a 2-hopper to second. Spider-Man throws to first, and there are 2 away.
Now batting.
Next up, shortstop Xander Bogaerts. He struck out in the first inning, 0 for 1. 2 out, bases empty, 2-1 lead for the Avengers. Fastball in there, strike 1. Scarlett Johansson is 3-2. Started out the season in the bullpen, didn't get a lot of action. Then Nick Fury was not performing well. Popped up for third base line, out of play, strike 2, count is 0-2. Then Nick Fury was not performing well in the starting rotation. He was injured, and Scarlett took his spot in the starting rotation and never gave it up. She's been in there ever since. Pitch is fouled off, count remains 0 ball, no balls and 2 strikes. If you haven't seen the Black Widow movie, I suggest you go see it. It's a lot of fun. I did the whole premiere access thing at home on the streaming network. Slow bouncer to the shortstop, Anthony Mackie throws to first in the dirt, scooped out nicely by Iron Man to retire the side. So after 2.5 innings of play, it's 2-1, Avengers lead. So we go to the bottom of the third. Up steps Spider-Man, Tom Holland, who flew out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Here comes a pitch from Roy Oswalt. Fastball inside. Ball 195 on the radar gun. Tommy is 10 for his last 23. That's a .435 average over his last handful of games. Swings at the pitch, skies it to Finley in center. Easy play, and there's 1 away. Next up is Chris Evans, who doubled in the first inning. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Oswalt. Breaking ball outside, count is 1 ball and no strikes. Swing and a miss over the top of the 12-6 curveball, count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Chris Evans played Steve Rogers in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Fastball outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. His most recent appearance was in Endgame, Avengers Endgame. Pops him up. Xander Bogaerts is short, settles under it, makes the catch, and there are 2 away. 2-1 lead for the Avengers. Bottom of the third, 2 outs, bases empty. Up next is the Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, who is 0 for 1. Mark leads the ball club in homers and RBIs. And he may have another one, or at the very least, it'll be in there. 1 hop to the wall. It's going to be a 2-out double for Ruffalo. That's the Hulk's 21st double of the season. Here's the replay. Just serves it the other way, drives it between the right fielder and center fielder. 1 hop to the wall. So Robert Downey Jr. steps up, singled, scored a run in his first at-bat, a chance for an RBI. Pitches high and outside, ball 1. Needs a hit to drive in Ruffalo for that insurance run. And he hits a deep drive down the right field line. It is in there. It's 1 hop into the right field corner. Rounding third and heading home is the Hulk. It's an RBI double with 2 outs for Iron Man, and the MCU now leads 3-1. That's Robert Downey Jr.'s 14th double of the season. He just pulls his hands in and wraps it down that right field line. Aaron Judge can't get to it. There's a lot of real estate in that right field corner. It's 366 down the right field line at Crosley Field. Up next is Black Panther, who singled in his first at-bat. Fastball is high, ball 1. So runner at second, 2 out still. Bottom of the third, 2-run lead for the MCU. Iron Man's at second. Another high fastball, count is 2 balls and no strikes. Fastball outside, 3 balls, no strike count. Will he have the green light on 3-0? No, he will not, because I don't swing on 3-0 pitches. I let him go. Last thing I want to do is pop up on a 3-0 pitch. Fastball's right in there, pours in the strike. Hitters count 3 balls and 1 strike. And now Chadwick Boseman, the handcuffs are off. He's free to swing. Let's see what happens. Fastball low, ball 4. He walks, so there'll be runners at first and second with 2 outs. And the pitching coach for the LA Dodgers takes that slow walk out to the mound to give Oswalt a chance to clear his head, discuss strategy. Next up is Dave Bautista. He walked in the second inning, no official at bat. Runners are at first and second with 2 out. 1 run has already crossed the plate. Jams him inside with the fastball, strike 1. Robert Downey Jr. at second. Chadwick Boseman at first. Dave Bautista at the plate. Fastball high, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. The count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Bautista. High, 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. And he pulls the slider foul down the left field line. Count is 1 and 2. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. If you don't like baseball, I'm also doing a Madden playlist. And he hits it high and deep, headed towards the right field corner. It's off the wall. Rounding third and heading home is Iron Man. It's a double, a 2-out RBI double for Dave Bautista, and the score is now 4-1 MCU. That's double number 22 on the season for Dave Bautista. Pulls his hand in, rockets it towards that high scoreboard over the head of the left fielder. Next up is the Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier has 2 runners in scoring position. Fastball's inside, ball 1. Sebastian Stan had a sac fly in the second inning. Now he has runners at second and third with 2 outs. He's going to need a hit to get them in. Inside, but called a strike. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on the Bucky Barnes. Checked his swing, sliders outside, 2 and 1. So it's Chadwick Boseman at third, Dave Bautista at second, Sebastian Stan at the plate, Roy Oswalt on the mound. Roy throws it inside. Another hitter's count, 3 balls and 1 strike. On deck is War Machine, Don Cheadle. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Outside corner, pours it in there. Count will go full, 3 and 2. Here comes the pitch, the payoff pitch. And he drives it to left. That's a base hit. Rounding third and heading home is the second run. The throw to the plate is not in time. It is a 2-run single for the Winter Soldier, and the MCU now leads 6-1. And a majority of these runs have all scored with 2 outs. 2-out clutch hitting by the Avenger lineup between short and third base. So 6-1 MCU, bottom of the third, 2-out runner at first. Don Cheadle steps up to the plate, takes a strike. 94 on the radar gun. Don Cheadle hit a sac fly in his first at-bat, so no official at-bat yet. 5-run lead for the Avengers here in this first game of an important 3-game series as we approach the All-Star break. This is game number 92 on the season out of 162 plus. I say plus because I'm hoping to make the playoffs and win the World Series. We shall see. Count is 0-1 to Don Cheadle. Fouls it off. Count is 0-2. Stan leads off first. Pitch from Oswalt. Strike 3 called outside corner, and the side is finally retired, but they score 4 times. And after 3 innings of play here at Crosley Field, it's a 5-run lead for the Hollywood Avengers. It's 6-1. So we go to the top of the 4th. Up steps the left fielder Stan Musial, who's 0 for 1. Stan the Man Musial was, I think he was a Cardinal. And I think he played in the 1950s. I know for a fact that he is a Hall of Famer. And he swings at the first pitch and pops it up. Scarlett Johansson calls everybody off, and she catches it for out number 1. She's like, yeah, I'm pitching, but I'm still athletic enough to make that catch. So next up is David Ortiz, who hit a solo homer in his first at-bat, responsible for the only run on the scoreboard for the LA Dodgers at this point. Slider in there, strike one.
0-1.
Here comes the pitch. And he waits on the knuckleball, but still pulls it foul. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Just gets a piece of the slider to stay alive. Count remains 0-2. So it's 6-1 Avengers here in the top of the 4th. 1 out, bases empty. And he pulls it foul.
Nope, that's foul.
Count stays 0-2. And he pops this one up. In the infield, just off the mound, Scarlett says, "Give me that ball." She catches both pop-ups. There are 2 away. So for those of you who are wondering why Scarlett Johansson looks so hideous, I have to apologize. I tried my hardest to make her as much very Scarlett Johansson-like, but the option in the create a player options in this game does not allow for female players. First pitch to Robinson Cano is in there for strike 1. So unfortunately, as you can see on the screen, Scarlett Johansson kind of looks like Scarlett's, teenage brother or something. It's the best I could do with the options I have available. And that's a line drive. He hit it right through the shift, and that ball will make it all the way to the wall. Big turn at first. War Machine throws it to second, and he just gets his hand in there. It is a 2-out double for Robinson Cano. So runner in scoring position for Steve Finley. Steve Finley played for the California Angels. They were called the California Angels before they became the LA Angels of Anaheim in the 1980s. And that's a deep drive headed towards the right field corner. It is a foul ball. Long strike 1. Steve Finley was an all-star. Wasn't a Hall of Famer, but definitely an all-star back in the 1980s. And 90s, I would imagine. Fouls it behind home plate, and that's strike 2. Counts at no balls and 2 strikes. So 2 out, runner in scoring position at second. Finley at the plate, count is 0-2. Here comes the pitch from Scarlett. Again, fouls it back. 6-1 lead for the MCU. Grounds it to second. Fielded by Holland, throws to first, and the side is retired. So after 3.5 innings of baseball here at Crosley, it's the Avengers 6, the Dodgers 1. So, leading off the bottom of the 4th is Anthony Mackie. Anthony's hitting .324 on the season, but he's 0 for 2 today. And he swings at the first pitch and skies it to center. It's deep but playable for Finley. 1 pitch, 1 away. Next up, Tom Holland. 0 for 2, 2 flyouts. Here comes the pitch from Oswalt. Again, swings at the first pitch, skies it to right, deep, but again, playable in front of the warning track. Aaron Judge makes the catch. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Next up is Chris Evans. He doubled in the first, he's 1 for 2. Batting from the right side, check that, the left side. Fastball low, ball 1. I always mix up my left and my right. Always takes me an extra quarter of a second to figure out which is which. Fouls it off, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. If you have that same problem, I feel for you. I know what it feels like. Fouls off the 94-mile-an-hour fastball, count as 1 ball and 2 strikes on Evans. Inside, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty, bottom of the 4th, 6-1. The MCU leads. Again, fouls it back, and this is a battle between Oswalt and Evans. After giving up 6 runs, I'm surprised that Oswalt is still out there pitching. Again, fouls it off, counts, remains 2-2. Slider, fouled upstairs behind home plate. We'll do it again. And he jams him, pops it up, short right field. Cano will make the catch. to retire the side. 1-2-3 inning for the Avengers. The end of 4 innings of play. It's a 5-run lead for the MCU. So we're going to go to the top of the 5th. Up steps Aaron Judge, who's 0 for 1. Aaron Judge is a current major leaguer. He plays for the New York Yankees. Pops it up, swings at the first pitch, right side, out of play. Tony Stark is there, makes the catch, and there's 1 away.
The batter, number 5. Designated hitter.
Next up, DH Willie Calhoun. You might be wondering why the National League has a designated hitter. It's because when I created this franchise and inserted the Hollywood Avengers, I wanted to get the DH in there so that an extra superhero can play. Slider inside, ball 1. Shift is on for Calhoun, 3 infielders on the right side. I wish I had a chance to do it over, and I will with the next year's version of this MLB The Show 21. Yes, the DH allows an extra fielder to hit, but takes away the ability for the pitcher to hit. Like, for instance, Thor Odin's son, Chris Hemsworth, is my ace of the staff, and he never gets to hit. Oh, backhanded, wait. Short right field, throws to first, in time. What a gorgeous recovery by Spider-Man. So the ball gets under the glove of the first baseman, Tony Stark. Okay, Tom Holland, the shift is on in short right field, doesn't give up on it. Fields it, throws to first, and they get the runner in time to second out. What a nice play to save an error on Tony Stark. So Tucker Barnhart is up with 2 outs and bases empty. And he hits a line drive foul into the seats. Strike 1. Count is 0-1. Slow roller to the shortstop. Anthony Mackie throws to first. Cut the check. The side is retired. 4.5 innings. Avengers lead 6-1.
Your attention, please.
So we go to the bottom of the 5th, and the bullpen for the Dodgers. They take over for Oswalt. Chris Russin's 5-1 with a 4.53 earned run average takes over, and he will face the Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, who was 1 for 2 with a double today. Rustin's a left-hander. Swing and misses over the top of the cut fastball, strike 1. Nasty pitch. Another cutter, this one time it's inside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike to Mark. And that's a hard line drive headed towards the right center field gap. 1 hop to the wall. He's slow, rounding first and heading to second, so there'll be a play at the plate, but he's in there. It is a leadoff double, his second double of the game and number 22 on the season for the Hulk smash. Here's the replay. Again, he just hits a line drive, which 1 hops the wall between the center fielder and right fielder. Strong, accurate throw from Robinson Cano, the cutoff man. He makes it a play at second, but he's in there. So Robert Downey Jr. steps up to the plate, pitches inside, ball 1. Tony Stark is 2 for 2. He has a single, a double, and RBI. He's got a chance for another RBI with Hulk at second. And this time he wraps it foul. Right side, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike on Iron Man. Runner leads off second, nobody out, bottom of the 5th. And he pops it up. Right side, foul territory, racing over is Aaron Judge. He makes the catch in foul territory, 1 away. And Tony Stark is 2 for 3 on the day. Next up, Chadwick Boseman. He has a single and a walk. He scored twice. Chance to drive in a run at second. 1 out, bottom of the 5th. Here comes the pitch. Cut fastball down inside and low, ball 1. And that's a line drive, base hit up the middle. Rounding third and heading home is Ruffalo. It's going to be an RBI single for Black Panther. Wakanda forever. And the MCU now leads 7-1. Batting leaders in the National League entering play. Tom Holland, Spider-Man, is at the top of the list in the National League with a 372 average. But as you notice, Chadwick Boseman with his 351 is right in the middle of the pack, chasing everybody. Next up is Drax the Destroyer, who's 1 for 1. Runner at first, one out. And he gets a grounder down the third baseline, foul ball. Strike 1. Count is 0-1. Quick throw to first, he's back. I am RC Robbin. This is Avengers Baseball. Thank you for watching. And that's a hard line drive. One hop to the shortstop, over second for 1. Back to first. A double play to retire the side. But they do score another run. It's an official ball game. 5 innings of baseball. 7-1. Avengers. This is Avengers Baseball. So we go to the top of the 6th. Up steps Joe Torre, who's 0 for 2. Again, it's a 6-run lead for the MCU in this first game of a 3-game set between these two rivalry ball clubs. Hard ground ball to first, backhanded by Tony. He'll take it himself. 1 pitch, 1 away here on the top of the 6th. Next up, Xander Bogaerts 0 for 2. Here comes a pitch from Scarlett. Change up inside, ball 1. Fouls off the knuckler. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike on Xander Bogaerts. That's a baseball name if I've ever heard one. Xander Bogaerts. What a name. Grounded to second. Fielded by Spider-Man. Throws to first. 2 away.
Now back, left fielder.
ERA leaders for teams in the National League. The Avengers lead the National League in team ERA, 3.77. Who's in second place? The Dodgers, 4.17. So these two ball clubs have the 2 best pitching staffs in the National League. So 2 outs, bases empty, top of the 6th. Stan Musial popped out twice. He's 0 for 2. Steps up for his 3rd plate appearance. Johansson sets and delivers. And it's a fly ball the other way to left. Stan is there. He makes the catch to retire the side. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. 7-1 Avengers. Leading off, bottom of the 6th. 3 runs batted in for Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier. He's 1 for 1 officially, but he has 3 RBIs. And that ball is high. It is far. That ball is gonzo. A line drive home run over the left field wall for the Winter Soldier. Home run number 7 for Sebastian Stan. And it's an 8-1 lead for the Avengers here in the 6th inning. The crowd goes wild. Here's the replay. Bang. He was afraid it would go foul, but really no chance for that. I thought it might hit the top of the wall. So, up steps Don Cheadle, turns around and hits from the right side against the lefty, Russin. And he hits a deep fly ball the other way to right. Back goes Aaron Judge on the warning track in front of the wall. He makes the catch for the first out. Gave it a ride, but just got under it. So, 1 out. 8-1 lead for the MCU. Lineup turns over for Anthony Mackie, another switch hitter in this lineup, batting from the right side against the lefty, Russin. Cut fastball, backdoor strike on the outside corner, strike 1. Grounder to his counterpart at short. Bogaerts throws to first, and there are 2 away. Next up, Tommy Holland, 0 for 3 today. An unusual game for Tom Holland. He came in leading the National League in batting average with a 372 average. And he swings at the first pitch and skies at the center. Finley is there, makes the catch, side retired. But a solo home run from the Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes, gives the Avengers a 7-run lead at the end of 6 innings of play. It's the Avengers 8, the Dodgers 1. So we go to the top of the 7th. Big Poppy, responsible for the only run in the game for the Dodgers so far. He had a solo homer in the 2nd inning. He's 1 for 2. Steps up. Scarlett's still out there pitching. And he hits a rocket the other way, but right at Sebastian Stan. He makes the catch for out number 1. Next up is Robbie Cano, who had a double in the 4th. He's 1 for 2. I remember Robinson Cano as being the second baseman for the New York Yankees. Breaks his bat, pops it up in the infield. Cut the check. Anthony Mackie makes the catch, 2 away. If you're wondering why I say cut the check in regards to Anthony Mackie, Anthony Mackie plays the Falcon, and he just recently got promoted. He's now Captain Wilson, Captain America. If you see some of the bonus footage, some of the outtakes, the gag reel, for some of the Avengers movies where Anthony Mackie's involved, anytime they have a successful take behind the camera, he would always say, cut the check. Hey. Johansson pitches, throws a strike to Steve Finley. Finley's 1 for 2. 2 outs, bases empty, top of the 7th. 8-1 lead for the Avengers. Cut the check is what Mackie would always say. And he shallow fly ball to right field. Charging in is Dave Bautista, makes the catch to retire the side. So get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the 7th inning stretch. It's an 8-1 lead for the Avengers. Take me out to the ball game. All right, enough of that. Bottom of the 7th. Chris Evans is 1 for 3 with a double. In this versatile lineup, he's yet another switch hitter. Turns around and bats from the right side this time. Fastball inside, cut fastball, ball 1. 2 right-handers are warming in the Dodgers bullpen. Kyle Crick and Anthony Bass. Getting loose. And that's a line drive, base hit to right. Right center, center fielder Finley makes the return throw to second. It's a leadoff single for, he can do this all day. Leadoff single here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the replay. Next up, Mark Ruffalo, 2 for 3, 2 doubles, 2 runs scored. Here's the pitch from Russin. And that's a line drive headed towards the left center field gap. He makes the turn at second and heads to third. It's going to be a single. Misses the cutoff man, but backed up nicely by Joe Torre. So it'll be 1st and 3rd with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. There's a replay.
Your attention, please.
So pitching change for the Dodgers. Brett Martin comes out to pitch. He's 0-3 with a 6.06 earned run average. He is the definition of middle relief. So 2 on, 1st and 3rd, nobody out, bottom of the 7th. Up next is Robert Downey Jr., who's 2 for 3. Fastball is low, ball 1. He is a left-handed pitcher facing the left-handed hitter, Tony Stark. Fouls back the 96-mile-an-hour fastball. The count is 1 ball and 1 strike to Tony. Martin sets and delivers. And he fouls off the slider. Count is 1-2. Slider outside, count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners at 1st and 3rd, nobody out. It's already a 7-run lead for the MCU. They lead 8-1. Here comes the pitch. And he pops it up the elevator shaft, out of the crouch. Tucker Barnhart makes the catch, 1 away. Obviously no advance on the bases. Does not get the run home. Next up, Chadwick Boseman, 2 for 2 officially. 2 singles, an RBI, 2 runs scored. He's got that runner at 3rd and less than 2 outs. Let's see if he can get him home. And he absolutely will on that drive. That ball is going to be off the wall. 1 run will score. And the other runner will stop at 3rd. It's an RBI double for Chadwick Boseman. Wakanda forever. Double number 19 for Chadwick. High off that left center field scoreboard. Maybe in another ballpark without that scoreboard, it may have been a home run. But we'll never know. In any event, it's 9-1 Avengers. Up next is Drax the Destroyer, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI double. It's 9-1 here in the 7th. Ground ball up the middle, and it's caught. Gorgeous play to get the out at first base by Robinson Cano, but it'll go as an RBI ground out for Drax the Destroyer as the run scores on the play, and the MCU now leads double digits. They lead 10-1. Double digits runs. Next up, the Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan. He had a home run in his last at-bat. He's 2 for 2. He has 4 RBIs on the game. He has been on fire. Runner at third, 2 away, bottom of the 7th. Here comes the pitch from Martin. A little late on the fastball, 95 on the radar gun. Fouls it off, strike 1. Sets and delivers. Fastball inside, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. So Chadwick is at third. Sebastian Stan is at the plate. 2 runs have already crossed the plate this half inning. Fastball looked like it might have been at the knees, but called a ball. Count as 2 balls and 1 strike. Down and in. Hitters count, 3 balls, 1 strike. War Machine Don Cheadle is on deck. Here comes the 3-1 pitch to the Winter Soldier. Outside, ball 4, he walked him. So it'll be runners at first and third with 2 out. Next up, Don Cheadle. Officially, he's 0 for 2. He does have a sacrifice fly and an RBI today. Switch hitter batting from the right side against the lefty Brett Martin. Here comes the pitch. And he hits a deep drive. That's got it. It was off the end of the bat at the warning track. He makes the catch to retire the side. It looked better off the bat, but at the end of 7 innings of play, they score twice. The Hollywood Avengers lead 10-1. This is Avengers baseball. Oh yeah. It's time to put in some substitutions, I think. So before Aaron Judge steps up to the plate, he's 0 for 2. I'm going to go to the manager's office and do some substitutions. All right, so who just made out last? Don Cheadle? So Don Cheadle, center field. Let's put Vin Diesel in center field for Don Cheadle. Are you sure you want to replace Don Cheadle with Vin Diesel? I am Groot. Let's put yes. So I am Groot, center field. All right, and we'll go back to the manager's office and we'll go substitutions. And we will take Dave Bautista out. And we will put in Benedict Wong, protector of the Sorcerer Supreme in right field. Do you want to replace Dave Bautista with Benedict Wong? Yes, I do. So that's good enough for now. So top of the 8th. It's a 9-run lead for the Avengers. They lead 10-1. Scarlett Johansson is still on the mound pitching. Fastball just misses outside, ball 1. Attendance 23,554 here at Crosley Field. This is a minor league ballpark, so that's actually a sellout, which is appropriate considering that these are division rivals. Slider low, 2 balls and no strikes to Judge. Aaron Judge came up with a fury. He hit 52 homers as a rookie for the Yankees. Slider outside corner, count as 2 balls and 1 strike. Hit 52 homers as a rookie and has been injured every season ever since and has not lived up to that production level. The Yankee fans are still waiting for it. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's a great player, but got to stay on the field if you want to be a great player. Grounder, backhanded by Mackey. Long throw. 1 away. Cut the check. Next up, Willie Calhoun's 0 for 2. It's popped out, grounded out. Here comes the pitch from Johansson. Inside corner, strike 1. So it's 7 1/3 innings pitched. This is pitch number 66 coming up. So she has been very efficient with the pitch count. Pops it up behind home plate, out of play. Count is 0-2 on Calhoun. Grounder up the third base line. It is a foul ball. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Kind of cued it down the third base line, but foul. Again, just gets a piece to stay alive. Fouls it back behind home plate. Out of play. Swinging him. No, check that. Froze him on the knuckleball. Strike 3. Looking. Third strikeout of the game for Scarlett Johansson. 2 outs. Top of the 8th. Up next is Tucker Barnhart. 0 for 2. Here comes the pitch. And he pops it up. In foul territory, out of the crouch is Ruffalo. Makes the catch to retire the side. So Scarlett has pitched 8 innings. Giving up a run. She's in line for win number 4 to 7.5 innings of play. It's the MCU 10. The LA Dodgers 1. This is Avengers baseball. So before Captain America steps up to the plate, we're going to go to the bullpen and we're going to warm up Paul Rudd, Ant-Man, and we're going to say, Paul, we're going to schedule to put you in the game. You're going to pitch the 9th inning. Scarlett Johansson's day is over. She pitched 8 innings, gave up a run. Good enough. So Captain America Anthony Mackie, Captain Wilson, is 0 for 4 today, and he swings at the first pitch from Brett Martin, fouls it off, strike 1. Brett Martin is out there for his 2nd inning of work from the bullpen. And he hits a deep drive to left, but playable for Stan Musial. Front of the warning track, makes the catch 1 away. And Anthony Mackie is 0 for 5. You think in a game that the Avengers scored 10 runs, everyone would have a hit? Not the case. Same thing with Tom Holland. Tommy is 0 for 2. Spider-Man 0 for 2. Listen to me. He's 0 for 4. Pardon me. 2-seam fastball is low, ball 1. And that's a deep drive. It's got a chance of hitting that scoreboard. It's gonna high off the scoreboard. He's in around second. He's heading to third. The throw to third will not be in time. It's cut off. So that is a 1-out triple by Spider-Man. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Any other ballpark, he would have hit that ball out for a home run. But that scoreboard here in Crosley, in left center field, kept it in the ballpark. So runner at third with less than 2 outs. So Chris Evans, who's 2 for 4 with a single and a double, chance for an RBI. Fastball inside, ball 1. And that is a line drive to center, which will dunk in there for an RBI single. He can do this all day. It's his 3rd hit of the ball game, and the MCU leads by 10 runs. It's 11-1. And the Avengers are making a statement in this first game of a 3-game series between the 1st and 2nd place ball clubs. They're basically trying to say, this division belongs to us. So Mark Ruffalo steps in, 1 out, runner at first. Mark's 3 for 4. Quick throw to first. Evans is back. Fouls off the fastball. Count is 0-1 on the Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo. 2 doubles, a single, 3 runs scored in this game. It's blowout, 11-1 MCU. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Fouls it off, nubs it up the first base line. The count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Martin sets and delivers. And he yanks it foul down the left field line. Evans leads off first. Throw to first, keep him close. I don't know what the preoccupation is with keeping Evans close in a 10-run ball game, 11-1. Don't worry about him, Martin. Just throw pitches, throw strikes. High and outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ruffalo. And that's a smash, but I have a feeling No, he dives over his head, and it'll be second and third because the base runner had to hold to see if Stan Musial would catch it, and like a rocket, it just took off over the left fielder's head. So it's a double for the Incredible Hulk, and his fourth hit of the ball game. Hulk smash. So 2 runners in scoring position, and the Dodgers make a pitching change. Anthony Bass comes in. He's a right-handed pitcher. He's 4-3 with a 4.18 earned run average, and he's here to stop the bleeding. 2 runners in scoring position at second and third for Robert Downey Jr. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. It's already a 10-run game. Fastball inside, ball 1. Get the RBIs when you can. That's what I say. Just gets a piece of the changeup off the plate. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Late on the breaking ball, fouls it into the seats, 1-2. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup, strikes him out. He doesn't get the runner home from third. Not that it really matters, but you hate to leave the duck on the pond. Struck him out swinging, 2 away. Next up, Chadwick Boseman. He needs a hit now. He's 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs today. And he grounds to his counterpart at third. Joe Torre throws to first in time to retire the side. So, we go to the top of the 9th. Last licks for the Dodgers. They need 10 runs to tie this game. Can they do it? Do you want to change pitchers? Yes, I do. And in relief of Black Widow comes Ant-Man Paul Rudd. This is his 28th game appearance out of the bullpen. He's 1-0 with a 3.77 earned run average. Leading off here on the top of the 9th is Joe Torre, who's 0 for 3. Here comes the pitch from Paul. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 1. And he hits it high and deep, but it is curling out of play for strike 2. 0-2 count on Joe. Drives it to center and deep. Back goes Diesel, looking up. That ball is gone. Joe Torre hits home run number 18 on the season. A solo shot here to lead off against Paul Rudd in the top of the 9th. And it's 11-2 Avengers. Let's watch the replay. Just drove it over that center field fence. No chance for I am Groot in center field. So next up is Xander Bogaerts, 0 for 3 with a ground out in his last at-bat. Fastball at the knees, strike 1. Fouls off the two-seam fastball. Count is quickly 0-2 on Bogaerts. Inside with the fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Curveball low. Count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss at the fastball. Inside part of the plate. Struck him out. And there's 1 away. So the line for Scarlett Johansson, 8 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 3 strikeouts. She is in line for win number 4. She will be 4-2 as the Avengers, once this inning is over, will have won game number 63 on the season, and they'll have a 5-game lead in the division. Stan Musial is up, takes a fastball strike, 97 on the radar gun. Stan is 0 for 3. Misses with the fastball outside. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. And he's late on the fastball. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Stan Musial. Just gets a piece to stay alive. Jams him. Left side, out of play. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Popped it up down the left field line in foul territory. And Sebastian Stan was unable to get there. Strike 3 called. That pitch could have been high. Maybe the home plate umpire has a hot date after this game. Nevertheless, that's out number 2 here in the 9th for the Dodgers. And the Los Angeles Dodgers is down to their final out of the game. Representing the final out is Big Papi, David Ortiz, who's 1 for 3 with a solo homer in the 2nd inning. Comes the pitch from Rudd. Pitch is low, ball 1.
Count 1-0.
And he's late on the fastball. Hits it into the seats. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Foul territory, obviously. Swing and a miss at the curveball. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes, and the Dodgers are down to their final strike of the game. Paul Rudd sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Side retired. Ball game over. Avengers win 11-2. They take this first game of a 3-game set at home against the 2nd place Los Angeles Dodgers. They now have a 5-game lead over the Dodgers in the division as we approach the All-Star break. 2 more games against the Dodgers, and then a 3-game set at San Francisco against the Giants, and then we are at the All-Star break. Win number 4 for Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow. And let's go to the scorecard before we sign off. So, the Hollywood Avengers, 11 runs, 16 hits, no errors. Los Angeles Dodgers, 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. Again, Scarlett Johansson with the win. It's number 4. Roy Oswalt gets the loss, and Mark Ruffalo is the player of the game. 4 for 5 with 3 doubles. He is your player of the game. And this has been a broadcast of Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. If baseball is not your thing, I don't know why you watched it all the way to the end. But nevertheless, if baseball is not your thing, please check out some of the other playlists on my YouTube channel. Currently, we have a Madden 22 playlist going. We've got a Star Trek Online playlist going. We've got plenty of other things. Just finished a Mass Effect Legendary Edition playlist. We also play Dungeons and Dragons once a week. The finale for our first campaign is going to happen this Monday. Check out that playlist as well. Okay, so thank you for joining me. The final here at Crosley Field is the Hollywood Avengers win 11-2. Special thank you to Maswardi. Really appreciate the fact that you were listening as you try to go to sleep tonight. I hope I sent you some good dream about baseball, my friend. Take care of yourselves. Have a good night.